sophistication and genius that goes into not just Mexico and the cartels we're talking about, but high-level organized crime throughout history. It's like, God damn, if these guys had decided to be scientists, like they'd have probably been fucking great at it.
Right.
You know?
And the persistence.
Yes.
So we know that talent, when it comes to success, talent is like 10%. Persistence, trust me, I work in show business. Talent is maybe 10% of it, okay? I've seen some of the most untalented people, but that have all the drive, become successful beyond belief. It's all about drive and persistence. These guys are relentless. They're like, okay, no problem. We can't bring immigrants in anymore. That's fine. That we made billions. We get it. We'll go off into some other shit.
The smuggling industry is
fine,
past.
dude. It's fine. We're into stolen gas now. Huachicol, as they call it.
They're doing stolen gas.
They've been doing it, but now they're doing it at a rate that's like,
How does this
unbelievable.
work?
They steal oil and gasoline from Pemex, which is the nationalized oil and gas company, Pemex, Pemexico, and they independent people come out. Vice News did a piece about this. They come out and they just find where the pipeline that runs through Mexico. Independent people can just drill into it, steal it, then they sell it to the cartels, who then partner with nice, legitimate gasoline franchise owners, brokers, etc. in America, and they sell it to them on the low. Boom.
And those people know exactly what it is.
Yeah, and I just read an article the other day. A Mormon couple in Utah got popped for like hundreds of millions of dollars worth of stolen fuel.
Can we pull that up?
Straight up pull it up. Yeah, from one of these organizations. Usually it's the East Coast organizations, but also the Jalisco New Generation Cartel.
Oh, they're nuts.
Huge. And you know what? It's a benefit.
It's a benefit.
Listen, it's a benefit to the Mexican people especially, because a lot of that stolen gas stays in Mexico. So they steal huge amounts, right? Hundreds of millions of liters. And then they have distributors who will go around to little just gasoline stations, right?
And sell it
Mom
lower.
and pop. And they say, yeah, here, we'll sell it to you 10 cents on the dollar. And they can charge less to the consumer.
Oh, so it's friendly to the economy.
It's necessary for the economy.
Necessary.
Why can't we do more of that?
Right. Yeah. Listen, I might be behind this one. This might work.
The cartels are like they have libertarianism in their bones. There you go.
Not when they made deals with the CIA. That's all I'm saying.
That was just for survival, though. Utah family worked with cartel to smuggle $300 million in oil. There you go. So maybe can we dive into that a little?
Yeah. All right, so a Utah couple and their sons face federal charges following their arrest in April for working with Mexican cartels to smuggle more than $300 million worth of stolen oil into the U.S. James Lyle Jensen and his wife, Kellyanne Jensen, why didn't they arrest the other wives? It's just one of them?
Were arrested.
All right, they were arrested on April 23rd at their mansion in Sandy, Utah. Their sons, Maxwell Sterling and Zachary Golden, unbelievable names, were arrested that same day in Texas. All four members were indicted in the U.S. District Court of Southern Texas, where they are accused of smuggling 2,881 shipments of stolen crude oil into the country via barges that were then docked at their Rio Hondo-based facility, Arroyo Terminals. The scheme allegedly began in May 2022. They did 2,800 shipments in 3 years?
Yeah, and that's all they knew about. They were probably doing this for a long time before.
Holy shit.
So what they do is, they ship it over as crude, and then they put it into their big, those big like cylinder, oil containers that they own. And then, they refine it and then sell it all over the country. The payments for this crude oil were directed to businesses in Mexico that operate only through the permission of Mexican criminal organizations. Yeah. So it's not like they're dealing directly with like masked fucking AK-47 cartel guys. It's all done through brokers in business suits and lawyers and accountants. It's just... It's so intricate and it's so wound up into the fabric of Mexican society. Dude, I always argue with Ed Calderon, especially because he's like, dude, Mexico's fucked. There's about to be an invasion. I thought it was all like propaganda. I was like, Ed, Mexico's getting better. I was just down there with him 2 weeks ago in Jalisco. I'm like, I got to push back my timeline on Mexico improving. It's still got at least a century or more of being just one of the most corrupt societies of developed countries in the world. It has to be.
Do you like, because you're a public figure, you talk about all this stuff too. You were in the game a long time ago in the US, but like, do you get worried going down there?
I don't get worried because we're always with the right people. We're always with Ed, who's connected to, like, you know, we have armed security. We don't do like super intense shit that we used to do.
Oh, you used to do it?
We used to do it, and before we got successful, and now we're like, we gotta live to fucking spend some of this dough, you know. And also, like the cartel wars. We went down to Culiacan, Sinaloa, in November of 2022, and that was when everything was chill. And then 3 months after we were there, Ovidio Guzman, El Raton, one of the sons. They raided Culiacan. There was this giant, they call it Culiacanese or something, and it was huge, hundreds and hundreds of people, you know, shoot out with the military. They captured him, and then it's never really been the same. And then a year and a half later, after Mayo gets popped last summer, that's when the war started. And now, like, even Ed Calderon is like, I can't go to Culiacan. So I wouldn't go there. There's places that I just wouldn't go because Mexico's at war.
Ed is like the coolest guy ever and the nicest dude.
Yeah.
But when, you know, he was here for like 6 hours, and when he's talking about this, he's like leaned into you like, it's all fucked, man.
Yeah.
And you're like, what has this guy seen?
Right.
He's telling you probably like 0.1% of it.
I've gotten high with him, and after hours... You know, after a long day, like, he gets candid about some of the shit that he did, and it's like, dog. Yeah. Don't be telling me all this stuff. I got leverage on you. It's a movie, dude.
Yes, his life is a
movie. And that was in Tijuana, where that's supposed to be one of the most civilized cartel places because it's right by the U.S. and everybody's got to be on pretty good behavior. So you imagine, So you imagine going to like the middle of the country, Zacatecas, or parts of Jalisco, dude. It's like tens and tens of thousands of people have disappeared since the drug war started. Disappeared. Not 500,000 have been murdered. That's on the books. There's people every day that are getting incinerated, that are getting buried. Yeah. So we went to a cartel, a piece of land outside of Jalisco, about 45 minutes outside of Guadalajara in the state of Jalisco. Guadalajara, the World Cup is coming there next year. Like, that's how nice and urbanized and modern and wealthy that place is, right? 45 minutes outside of where the World Cup is coming. Okay, it's dominated by the 4 letters: CJNJ, CGNJ.
Yeah.
The Nuevo Jalisco Cartel. And so there's a piece of land so they always have to train up new people.
Thank you guys for checking out this clip. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button on this video. It is a huge help. And if you'd like to check out this clip's full podcast episode, that link is in the description below or right here. And finally, you can follow me on Instagram and X by using the links in my description below.